Hello YouTube, I'm back with the next Robot Wars toy review, and today I've got the Robot Wars Dead Metal pullback toy. It's very well detailed, and Dead Metal is actually one of my favorite house robots in Robot Wars. This is how awesome he looked. I mean, at least after, like his early days of like Series 3, where he's just Series 2, Series 1, whatever it was. He was pretty hideous. Now he looks a whole lot better. The toy is accurately represented as Dead Metal. Even has the working saw. It's got the jaws, which unfortunately, one of the problems with this toy is that the jaws never stay open. You'd have to probably, unless you like jam them open. I managed to get rid of that problem by taking out the springs that keep these open. So now I can close them and open them as I want, which is actually pretty cool. And it's even got the saw. This is actually a bit better from the mini-bot version, which I don't think I reviewed yet, but you'll see that later, because it's got an actual saw. Unfortunately, it's very stiff, even if you can't really spin it all that well. I guess you kind of can if you, and that's even after I've taken out the screws that actually allow this mechanism to pull back a little bit more easily. Because I mean, here it's kind of stiff, but by taking out the screw, it actually makes it just a little bit easier. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done a little bit better. It's kind of a minor fault, so I can't fault it for the jaws, because I've actually taken care of that problem. He's actually got wheels. The wheels are actually not far off from where the toy's wheels are. If you could look carefully on the side here. Yeah. See if I can get my finger in the right position. Yeah. Pretty much just above where my middle finger is. Right there is where the actual wheels are. They kind of put them in for decoration, but the toy isn't bad. I mean, actually, the mini-bot version actually has them exactly in the same place. It's kind of interesting that the spikes actually move. You can actually, I don't know if I can get it to any of these to work on this side. Maybe mine just may have been worn down over the years, but maybe, I don't know. You can get some of them to move if you're, can't really do much with them though. Yeah, see, there you go. It's also got a space for, you could add a little attachment at the back. The real Dead Metal never had it, so I don't know. It's kind of kind of takes away from the toy itself. Luckily, it doesn't need, the toy doesn't even need it. The toy doesn't even need it to function with it, so it's pretty accurate. It's got a, it's nice pullback motor and everything. It's a lot easier to, I'd probably say it's, I don't know, maybe it's a little harder to flip than the actual toy itself, but it's actually, in some ways, it's probably easier because of the extra wheel in the front here. It's always unfortunate, that's the way the pullbacks are. I guess that was probably deliberate just to help them get underneath, but even then, they made it harder by making the pullback to the ones that actually have a flipper, excluding Dan Tom Kia, which is actually pretty good regardless. Especially since you can control it, you can make it as powerful as you want it to be. But the toy is pretty accurate. I mean, occasionally there'll be a problem where the little spiked back here will actually have a problem getting over it. You can get it to work. I usually never keep it that far back though, to avoid that problem. Usually keep it back here because then I can just pull it forward, back in. And just to show. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I took out the screws there. Probably can't see that well in there. But they're not there. Guarantee you that. They're definitely not there. Yeah, it's pretty much a minor, these are like minor things to point out that are wrong with it. It would be nice if the saw actually spun, but it is detailed. It's not just like some flat disc. It's actually got some teeth on it. It's actually flexible too. I mean, you can actually warp it a little bit. And I guess that kind of helps it. I mean, if you like push it back a little bit, you might get a little more spin out of it, not much. I mean, if you like go back and forth over and over again, you might get enough as well. But I mean, other than that, it's very well detailed. I mean, at least it's got a working weapon, unlike the mini-bot. But then that was like restraints. You'll find out about that later in more detail. That's my review on this toy. Thanks for